What's up, guys? Sam Adams here, and it is vlog day. It happens every Wednesday on my channel where I go through and talk about my life, what's going on in my personal life, as opposed to video game news and information, and my opinions and such. So if that other stuff sounds interesting to you more so than this video, you can feel free to head over to my page now and check out some of that stuff. But as for right now, I'm just going to kind of talk about my life, get things off my chest where I just, ramble. So, today I went back to school since Christmas break, and I was off since December, 10th or 12th or whatever, and it's rough, and I'm just going to come out and say it. It's hard to go back to school after that amount of time, just because you've had, 3 weeks, and I'm a senior, if you don't know. So, just being out of school for that period of time, it was almost like a prerequisite or preface to graduation, and, it's just really hard to go back. Whenever someone tells you, I think I've said this in videos before, but whenever someone tells you that the last semester of high school is the hardest, or not really the hardest, but it's the most challenging to bear, they aren't lying. It's extremely difficult to pay attention and care in general, just because your time at high school is coming to an end, and it's generally time to move on with your life, and the teachers know that, you know that, and it's just a matter of getting through the next couple of months, which is really tough. But in light of that, I have been hearing back from a couple of colleges. In fact, I've heard back from one college out of the two that I applied to. I'm not going to say the names of these organizations, but I applied to one in the mountains and one closer to home, and the way that I'm seeing it is that I have two options for how I want my college years to go. And I can go to the mountains where it's more of a social thing, where I'll make more friends and more, it'll be more of a social gathering. There'll be more parties and stuff where I can enjoy the social aspects of college as well as the learning side. But I can also stay at home and save money on dorms and food and stuff and just live in this room right here, which I think I talked about recently before. But I can just live here and go to the closer school and get perhaps even a better education, because there will be less of the social distractions, which you can look at it these different ways. And honestly, it just depends if I want to go to the route where it's social or economic and educationally smart. And I think I'm going to lean toward the educationally smart side, just because it'll be financially better for my family and I, and myself, however you pronounce that grammatically correctly. I'm not even sure what I'm saying right now, but it would be better if I could stay here, just because I already have, I got my little man cave right here, and I'll be able to have that full college experience closer to home. So I think I'm leaning towards the one that's closer, and I'll hear back from them in February. I'll be sure to let you guys know when I get accepted. But in the meantime, to take my mind off of that kind of stuff, I've been playing a good bit of video games since I have been on break for a couple of weeks. I haven't finished up Far Cry 4, but I'm working on that. I love Forza Motorsport 5 on Xbox. It's absolutely awesome. I've never been one for racing simulators, but I think I decided that the reason I wasn't a fan of it before is because the last one I played, I didn't have my license. I played Forza Motorsport 4, and I didn't have my license. And I think after you get your license, you have more of appreciation, or more appreciation in general, for what is going on in the game, which is pretty cool. So I've been playing a lot of Forza. I've been playing tons of Destiny. I got the Dark Below on PS4, which is pretty awesome. I would highly recommend picking up that DLC if you are a huge fan of Destiny. If you're not a huge fan of Destiny, or you don't like the way it works, and you're expecting this DLC to add background story, definitely wouldn't recommend getting it, just because it doesn't do that. It just provides more Destiny. And I love Destiny. It actually won my Game of the Year, which is a video you can check out there up in that corner. It's a video that I went through what my favorite games were, what I thought was most successful, a few other things. And yeah, you can check that out. But all in all, that's what I've been up to playing video games wise. And this week, it has been CES 2015, which is really exciting. In fact, today there was some interesting news that I found personally interesting out of Nyko. So I've been thinking about upgrading my PS4's hard drive for quite a while now, just because 500 gigabytes is not going to cut it for the amount of stuff that I want to play on my PS4. So I've been planning on upgrading it, putting it off, and I think I might have put it off for a good reason, because Nyko is coming out with this little, it's a adapter, I believe. I'm not exactly sure what the correct term is for it, but you set it slides in and clicks on, or hooks up to the PlayStation somehow, and you can put 3.5 millimeter SATA 2 hard drives in it. which is a lot cheaper than having to replace them with the special hard drives that you get, and it's a lot easier than having to take your PlayStation apart and put a new hard drive in, which will make it a lot easier for the PlayStation players to expand their hard drives. Of course, Xbox One already has the feature where you can plug in an external hard drive and boom, there you go, there's your stuff. But the PS4 supports hard drives, however, not the game installs, which kind of sucks because that's what would be most useful for it. So I'm planning on picking up one of those. There's also this keyboard attachment coming out that was a lot like the one for the Xbox 360, and it will sit right here below the thumb pads, and you can type messages to people. I might pick one of those up. I don't know. I don't send that many messages on game stuff, but yeah, I'm really interested in CES just because whenever all of these tech shows and video game shows come around, it's just a really cool time of the month, time of the year to be able to see what you're going to be getting in the next couple of months or the next year. And I love it whenever CES rolls around in PAX and E3. I especially have a huge connection to E3 for some reason, just because I've been watching that one for years. But yeah, there's going to be this Saturday, my video for Saturday. I upload on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. This Saturday is going to be a news wrap-up video of the week because there's so much stuff coming out of CES that I'm interested in sharing with you guys that it would be relatively pointless for me to try to make daily videos to cover what I think is interesting. So this Saturday, it's going to kind of be a CES / week of January 6th news roundup, and I think it's going to be pretty good. So I'm going to just be jotting down stuff throughout the week that I think is interesting, and then I will be reporting on that on Saturday, which I hope you'll come back to my channel and check out. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about today in the rambling video is Dan Bull. And if you aren't aware, Dan Bull is a comedian rapper that has become really popular on YouTube. He's a gamer, he's a geek, and let me turn off that TV real quick, it's kind of glaring in my face. But he's a comedian rapper, and he's really popular. He's been on Epic Rap Battles of History, and he's a generally awesome guy. And I was watching a video just recently where Dan Bull he's having a lot of hearing troubles. Basically what's going on is that whenever he talks, eats, adjusts his jaw whatsoever, his ears pop, and it's like really loud audible pops that you can actually hear on a microphone, if I believe I heard it correctly. But that would be really annoying, and he says it happens hundreds and thousands of times a day. And that is absolutely terrible, especially for someone who has the profession that he does, where he is talking or singing or rapping, you know, as his job, as his career here on YouTube. And again, he's such a great guy, and if any of you see this video, I'm sure Dan Bull will never see this video in particular, but if you do see this, Dan, I am so sorry for what you're going through, and I hope for the best that you will be able to find someone that can help you with this condition. You're such an awesome guy, and I really look up to the way that you have taken your YouTube channel to the next level and made it into an amazing career, and I love your work. But back to you guys, the population or the audience. If you know anyone that can help Dan out, if you know any specialists, please head over to his video, which I will link down below, where he goes deeper in depth about what's going on with his hearing. And there's a link in that video that you can take it and contact him or his physician separately, which would be really helpful for him because he is thinking about having to quit making videos just because of the amount of discomfort that he faces when he does make a video, and that really, really sucks. So yeah, not trying to end on a somber note or a sad note, but I just felt like I wanted to give that shout out to Dan Bull. Hang in there, dude. You're awesome. We love what you do from an American fan. And yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, drop me a like down below. Comment what's going on in your personal lives. I would love to hear what you guys have got going on this week, what you got for Christmas, just in general, what's on your minds. And if you get a moment, if you're new to the channel or you just want to check out some more of my content, head over to my main page and check out some of that other content that I just mentioned. I upload on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, and I work really hard to make the videos high quality. So, believe that about wraps it up. I'm going to be going and playing the Swapper on my PS4 right now. I'm going to give that a shot since it's in my PlayStation Plus library, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video again. Thank you for watching, and peace!